coming in hot.
Yeah, foot balance.
I copy. He's booked in a lead and there's units covering one for the DOT.
Get ready for the most exciting adventure ever. In this episode, we'll take you through the wildest high-speed chases you've ever seen. From thrilling races on the highways to heart-pounding moments in crowded city streets.
589, cold color Yukon Versa.
Hold on tight. These chases will keep you glued to your seat. Police Chase 10. In Georgia, on March 16th, Officer Cochran received a call about a chase involving a stolen patrol car. The suspect had escaped, so Officer Cochran took his place at the intersection to wait for the vehicle. After a while, he spotted the car and jumped into the chase. By the time Officer Cochran joined the chase, other officers had already been pursuing the suspect for 10 minutes. The suspect was speeding at up to 140 mph during the pursuit. Officer Cochran tried to stop the suspect using a tactical vehicle intervention, but the attempt didn't work, and the suspect kept driving away. Georgia State Troopers successfully punctured the suspect's tire, which let them catch up and attempt another tactical vehicle intervention. The suspect got out of the car and ran on foot, but was apprehended soon after. While there's no footage of the chase on foot, the suspect was arrested and taken into custody without any further issues. Police Chase 9. On Monday, July 8, 2024, in Searcy, Arkansas, Trooper Wells received a notification from Troop B Communications about White County deputies chasing a gray Dodge Charger on US 67 near the 35-mile marker, heading south. The suspect's vehicle was reported to be speeding over 120 mph on State Highway 267. One officer deployed spike strips, successfully puncturing the suspect's tires. The car came to an immediate stop and was surrounded by troopers. The suspect was then arrested and taken into custody without any further issues. Police Chase 8. On Monday, February 26, 2024, a unit in Texarkana, Texas, was patrolling State Line Avenue when the trooper heard over the central dispatch that Texarkana officers were chasing a gray Volkswagen passenger car that had just stolen items from Super One Foods. The trooper, along with Brent Walker, was stationed at the service road on I-30 near the 1-mile marker when a Texarkana police officer reported that an off-duty officer had seen the vehicle running red lights and heading south on Richmond Road. A few minutes later, the car was spotted traveling eastbound on I-30 at the 1-mile marker. The suspect vehicle was driving wildly, passing on the left shoulder, making unsafe lane changes and swerving across the road. This reckless behavior continued until the vehicle exited at the 12-mile marker. After 5 minutes on the highway, the driver exited and continued onto US Highway 67. After another 5 minutes of chasing, the officer understood that the driver wasn't going to stop on their own. With a clear road in front of him, the officer performed a successful Tactical Vehicle Intervention, TVI. Police Chase 6. On August 9, 2024, in Florida, Jareem Roach, the defendant, was driving a car when he ignored a police officer's order to stop. The officer, a marked Florida Highway Patrol trooper, had his lights and siren on. Instead of stopping, Roach sped away recklessly, showing a serious disregard for the safety of others and their property. Because of the suspect's reckless driving, which damaged other vehicles on the road, The trooper knew he had to stop him as quickly as possible. The trooper was able to stop the suspect as he slowed down while approaching the intersection. The trooper made contact with the suspect's vehicle 3 times, and on the third hit, it spun out, leaving the suspect with no way to escape. The trooper then got out of his vehicle and arrested him. The suspect initially refused to get out of the vehicle when the trooper instructed him to. He then rolled down his window and tried to escape on foot, but was caught right away and arrested. He was taken into custody without any further issues. Police Chase 7. On June 17, 2021, in Savannah, Georgia, the Georgia State Patrol began chasing Jacob Anthony Palmer, who had stolen a patrol car following a confrontation with an officer in a parking lot. The officer notified other units, and the pursuit started as Palmer drove dangerously, putting himself and others on the road at risk. The suspect drove recklessly, putting other drivers in danger, and fired a gun at the patrol car, shattering its windshield. While trying to escape, the suspect caused significant damage by crashing into several vehicles without stopping. He then drove over a curb, completely deflating one of his tires, yet he continued to drive recklessly. With a deflated tire, the suspect could no longer escape as multiple patrol cars surrounded him. He eventually got out of his vehicle and was taken into custody by the officers. Police Chase 5. On April 4, 2023, in Alachua County, Florida, a trooper was traveling southbound on I-75 near the 427-mile marker when they noticed a white Chevy weaving in its lane. The vehicle was changing speeds and getting uncomfortably close to other cars. Worried about the safety of everyone on the road, the trooper turned on the emergency lights, but the driver didn't stop, leading to a chase. As soon as the trooper turned on the emergency lights and sirens, the driver sped away recklessly, overtaking other vehicles on the shoulder and reaching speeds of over 110 miles per hour. Because of the suspect's reckless driving, additional patrol cars joined the chase. It's important to note that we do not condone this kind of behavior, and we hope you learn from the mistakes shown in this clip. After 15 minutes, the trooper had seen enough of this driver. They began to speed up to catch the suspect, determined to put an end to the chase. That's when things started to get a little more interesting. They finally managed to stop the suspect when one trooper successfully performed a pit maneuver. Officers then got out of their patrol cars, arrested the suspect, and took him into custody without any further trouble. Police Chase 4. On October 13, 2022, in Pinellas County, Florida, the Florida Highway Patrol chased a woman who believed she could outrun the police. The pursuit began when a trooper turned on their emergency lights and sirens to pull her over for reckless driving. Instead of stopping, she sped up when she saw the lights, sparking a chase. It's difficult to understand what the suspect was thinking, believing she could outrun law enforcement at such slow speeds. Nevertheless, the trooper quickly responded and brought the chase to a close. The suspect and her boyfriend were both arrested and taken into custody without any further trouble. Police Chase 3. On January 23, 2024, in Tallahassee, Florida,
1042.
the Florida Highway Patrol was involved in a high-speed chase that exceeded 130 miles per hour. It all started when a driver decided to flee during a routine traffic stop, turning an ordinary situation into a perilous pursuit. The suspect quickly hit speeds of 130 miles per hour, creating a large gap between himself and the troopers. However, just 5 minutes later, the troopers managed to close the distance, determined to end this wild, high-speed chase and regain control of the situation. When the suspect exited the highway, he was going too fast and lost control of his vehicle, causing him to veer off the road. This mistake marked the beginning of the end for his attempt to escape. When the suspect got back on the road, a trooper successfully performed a pit maneuver, sending the suspect off the road once more. He was then arrested and taken into custody without any further trouble. Police Chase 2. On June 20th, 2024, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, what began as a regular traffic stop quickly turned into a high-speed chase. The officer pulled over the driver for speeding, but when the officer asked him to get out of the car, the suspect hit the gas and sped away, sparking a pursuit. The suspect was driving dangerously in the wrong lane, putting everyone at risk and making the chase even more hazardous. Troopers later confirmed that the vehicle was stolen, increasing the urgency to stop the suspect as soon as possible. The suspect then entered the highway, continuing his reckless driving despite the heavy traffic. The troopers were careful and chose not to attempt a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, understanding that it could cause serious damage and harm to innocent drivers on the road. The suspect made a crucial mistake by turning into a construction zone, where his way was blocked by a truck. In a desperate attempt to escape, he backed into a patrol car but had nowhere to go. He was arrested and taken into custody without any further trouble. Police Chase 1. On June 21, 2024, in Atlanta, Georgia, a police officer was patrolling the area near Jonesboro Road, an I-75N, when he spotted a car with a fully tinted front windshield. The officer tried to pull the car over on I-75N, but before he could turn on his lights and sirens, the driver started to drive wildly, speeding past other cars on the shoulder. Once the officer turned on his emergency lights, the car sped away, driving dangerously. The officer quickly notified dispatch and began chasing the vehicle. The suspect was driving carelessly, completely ignoring the safety of other drivers on the road. We're still heading north on I-75, approaching C.W. Grant. The speed is at 134 mph, still going north. The suspect then exited the highway and entered an urban area where he made a crucial mistake. Stay tuned to see what happened next. The suspect lost control of his car and crashed into a fence. Both he and his passenger jumped out and ran away on foot. They were quickly caught. One was apprehended with the help of a K9 unit, while the other was caught by the trooper. Both were arrested and taken into custody without any further trouble. Let us know your thoughts about these pursuits in the comments section. And if you enjoyed these intense pursuits, make sure to like and subscribe for more.